Hey everybody, so this is going to be another Doom Patrol game. A lot of people keep making these maps, so that's the reason why I'm playing it a lot. So anyway, I usually like to do Tank Rush on this map versus an allies. It seems like I'm winning a lot of games doing it. Sometimes, once in a while, it doesn't work out, but it seems like most of the time, a lot of players aren't doing well versus the Soviet Tank Rush. I mean, a lot of allies, that is. And I said it in my other videos, but I'll repeat it again. I think going 1- from War Factory is best in a Soviet versus Soviet. And going for a terror drone in a Soviet versus Soviet is taking a risk. I wouldn't even bother doing it.
Building. New construction options. Unit.
So I got one GI, not bad right there. And notice how you can see the guard mode on the waypoint. I actually don't think I've seen that before. That's really weird.
Building.
He's going GIs, and he's going for Rocketeers early. It's kind of odd.
New rally point established.
He's trying to throw me off balance.
Repairing. Unit lost. Construction complete.
Now the question is, should I use the miners? Why did the miner go take that route? It's really weird.
Unit ready. Funds.
So I'm like, okay, what the hell?
Unit ready.
And by the way, I have the timer on because I want to start seeing, like, if my build times, start comparing my build times from a few different games. I'm not going to put the timer on every game, but just some games. But the thing is, if you hit 0 like I did right now because I had to make extra units, it actually throws everything off. So, I mean, the build times is, like, you're not going to build super fast if you hit 0 money. And I'm not selling the MCV, he is. So I'm trying to harass. But it's actually kind of dumb because, like, my tanks are getting caught off. So I lost 2 Rhino tanks.
Unit ready. Building.
Like, hey, okay, 2 Rhino tanks, not a big deal. I'm so beat still. I might have to go into defensive. So if I go on to defensive as Soviet, I have sentry guns, and oh, he's got quite a lot of GIs right there.
Unit ready.
I don't have a desolator, so it's gonna actually take a little work to stop this GIs.
Our base is under attack.
Son of a crapper.
Ore miner under attack. Unit.
So I don't want my miners to stop mining for a minute. I remember actually in 0 Hour in Generals how when you had the hackers, if you'd have so many hackers that if you stopped hacking for literally like a few seconds, you shut down your economy for just a few seconds, like you lose like freaking thousands of dollars. It's kind of like that in here, but not as bad. Like you don't want your miners to stop for like even like 10 and 20 seconds. You're gonna lose all that money that you could have been getting from dumping. But the miner's actually good versus GIs. And you see those
Building.
flak trucks are pretty good at stopping paradrops.
Vehicle reporting. Location confirmed. Vehicle location confirmed. Location confirmed.
Yeah, so the timer doesn't mean much in this because of like I already said,
Vehicle reporting.
this is basically a defensive game, not a
Ready.
macro game when you're building as fast as you can. He's got me a little bit out of tank, but this is what pisses me off, this freaking engineer.
Under attack. Unit lost. Our base is under attack. Unit lost.
So he got the damn power plant, and then he sold it.
Unit lost.
I didn't see it, I saw it coming, but not until it was too late.
Unit lost. Our base is under attack.
And then you got an elite GI right there.
Unit lost. Ore miner under
So if I knew that was going to happen, I would have made a battle bunker probably, and maybe been able to stop it.
construction complete. Ore miner under attack.
See, the grizzly tanks are going to beat the miners eventually.
Unit ready. Unit lost. Building.
And he got it freaking... He got me with the paradrops and stuff.
Unit.
And the engineer really got me too. Because I was low power, I was building slow, and I couldn't spam out infantry and sentry guns as quick. So it's practically game over now.
Building. Unit lost.
Good game. I'm going to lose this, but this is a rare time I lose this. I usually don't lose this map with Soviet.
Unit lost.
Good game.
Unit ready.
So here's another one.
Unit
And by the way, if you don't start recording before the game starts, then the timer is pointless. Because you have to have it on right a little bit before. Just to get the timer right on 0 right when the game starts.
construction complete.
Sometimes I don't start recording until
Construction.
like a couple seconds in. So anyway, Scott with the dogs. He's making us 4 GIs. It's like, okay. I don't know why this is like getting popular when people make it 4 GIs. I kind of don't think it's the best idea.
Construction complete. Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Cancelled. New construction options.
This is a similar map,
Rally point is
similar build
unit.
to last game where I'm gonna try to the tank rush, and now he's making like 6 GIs, trying to throw me off balance.
Building.
A little bit tough to stop the GIs. You gotta take some effort, but I'm gonna use this miner.
Unit.
The miner could actually not mine for a minute. Oop. Miner actually takes out the GS pretty well. But I want to see if I could try to counter rush him. He's doing his little rush with his GIs and his Rocketeers. I want to see if I could counter rush him and maybe pop a miner, because I gotta assume he doesn't have a lot if he made airport that early.
Ore miner under attack.
Okay, I almost got it, and he actually saved the miner.
Unit ready. Unit lost.
Okay, I'm trying to counterattack him. Like, okay, he's got a plane. Or like, see if I could. Oh yeah, he is actually corner mining his miners around.
Unit lost.
So I sold MCV,
Unit.
but selling MCV right there might not be the best idea because of the fact that don't have radar, you can't get the desolators. But at the same time, I do not want to get out tank like last game. That's the reason why I sold it.
Unit.
I thought it was in Red Alert 2 mode. That's what I said in the chat before the game. I said, is this Red Alert 2 mode? And the guy said no.
Unit ready. Unit ready.
I thought it was because I was like, how did he get that many Grizzly tanks last game?
Ready.
Seemed like he had too many. Now I want to get my 1 flak truck, or maybe 2 flak trucks.
Unit lost. Unit.
But notice having the 2 refineries is actually a good thing, because you got more miners dumping in more spots. Got 2 miners only though.
Building. Unit lost.
Now I try to look for attack. He actually has quite enough Grizzly tanks. He seems like he's building his Grizzly tanks pretty quickly. But for some reason, like he,
Ready.
I think he could have. I don't know why he's backing off there. He's got a lot of Grizzly tanks.
Unit.
I think he could probably tie me right there if he fought me heads up. But he wants to wait for his GIs and his Rocketeer, I guess. So that's why he's doing it.
Unit.
I'm like, here he comes. I'm not gonna let him get into my base and start shooting anything. So, trying to get more
Rally point established.
Rhino tanks. It's actually getting kind of difficult to out-tank him.
On hold. Cancelled.
Now you see I'm making miners from War Factory because I'm like, I'm going to keep making miners rather than making more Grizzly tanks, because they make you money and you can stop the miners for a minute to fight this GI invasion that this guy's doing.
Ore miner under attack.
See, and the miner actually holds its own. I actually do that versus Yuri sometimes too, because miners can't be mind controlled.
Unit.
So you could use a whole bunch of miners and then send them in versus Yuri, and then send in a bunch of terror drones and like get inside the masterminds, the magnetrons, everything, even the Gatling tanks. So I see him dropping up there. Like, duh, I can't see it. I can't see it. Duh, I have the map scouted, but like he's making a lot of GIs, and it's going to be difficult. But I'm getting more miners than him. And these conscripts, they're weaker than GIs, but they actually can fight back against GIs, believe it or not. I do not want to let him fire at me and then come up after. I want to be ready with the defense right before he gets to me. And see that? My tanks didn't take too much damage.
Unit ready.
I noticed that I'm gonna start getting that oil patch on the top in a little while if I can. So I got a bunch of conscripts.
Unit ready.
So if he attacks me, I'm going in a little bit defensive mode. He's gonna have to run through a lot of conscripts to hit my tanks.
Unit ready.
Comrade?
Cut my.
Unit ready.
Okay, I got my dog fodder. Okay, he's piling up GIs.
Comrade?
Oh, he sold his MCV, so he can't get a battle lab either. We both can't get a battle lab. But he's got the radar advantage because he's got the paradrops and the air. I do not have the radar.
Ready, comrade. Moving. Comrade?
And I'm looking for a weakness, a hole in his defense.
Unit lost.
And when it comes down to this, you actually want to start manually shooting the GIs because you can't just alt over all of them when it's like that many.
Unit lost.
Use the conscripts and the rhino tanks to shoot.
Unit promoted.
Okay, now I hit him and I'm gonna run away.
Unit ready.
Killed quite a little bit of GIs here. You gotta kind of do a little bit of cleanup. Notice that I'm mining the ore a lot faster than him, meaning I should be having more money than him. If you look at his meta ore patch compared to mine, I got mine like mined up, and he doesn't have his mined up.
Unit ready.
So I'm making Tesla troopers.
Training. Unit
And you can actually, when you use Tesla troopers, you can actually load them in a flag truck. And that's one of the best ways to use them.
unit ready.
Conscript reporting. Order.
Unit lost.
Moving. Building Soviet
Unit
economy.
ready.
We will mine that here. At once, comrade. What is the mission? Getting in closer. Ready, comrade.
So I'm gonna go in with the Tesla trooper. I got about 4 or 5 in that one flag truck.
Unit ready.
Building
I'm gonna bring the miners. The miners are gonna protect the Tesla troopers from the GIs.
moving.
Ore miner under attack.
And the Tesla troopers are gonna protect the tanks from his tanks because he has more than me.
Unit lost. Ore miner under attack. Unit lost. Ore miner under attack.
See, the Tesla troopers are doing work.
Lost.
He did have me out tanked too. I mean, this Tesla troopers are actually
Unit ready.
worked well.
Unit lost. Ore miner under attack. Unit ready. Ore miner under attack. Unit lost.
Waiting order. Changing position.
Unit lost.
Now it looks like,
Unit ready. Unit
he still got a little bit of stuff, so I just gotta carefully finish him off.
ore miner under attack.
And to see the GIs pop those Tesla troopers so easily.
Unit ready.
But the Tesla troopers, it just really seems like they're kind of like tank destroyers, but they don't move quick.
Ready.
Moving.
Tesla,
Unit ready.
Tesla troopers do not take a lot of damage versus grizzly tanks. And they do a lot of damage against them.
Conscript reporting. Ready, comrade. Vehicle reporting.
Now if he wants to rush my war factory, I got a Tesla trooper
Ready.
against there. Because he could still rush my war factory and then spam GIs and try to win like that. So I want to make sure I keep my war factory up. All he really has is that elite rhino the elite grizzly tank. That's the only thing that he has of significance right now.
Cancel.
And I like to play steal his ore when I'm Soviet. See my
Ready. Ore miner under attack. Unit lost. Unit ready.
Waiting order. Location confirmed. Ready, comrade.
Training.
now. Just gotta finish the guy off,
Moving.
or he might just quit. We'll see.
Unit ready.
Yeah, he's way out tanked at this point. But before he had me out tanked, so
Player.
that was a good game. Good game.